I used to think intuitive eating was chaos.
Eat whatever you want, whenever you want. If I did that, I would never stop eating.
I would have no control. But I've come to realize it's not just about satisfying cravings, but understanding why they are there in the first place.
It's Joe, and welcome to my life.
It is 5:55 in the morning, and we are ready for tennis. You need a lot of energy and you need a lot of power when you're playing tennis, especially if you want to win those matches. This means that even if I don't necessarily wake up hungry, it is important for us to grab a pre-workout. That's why I like to choose something that's very quick to prepare and quick to digest. Got my cereal. All fueled up.
How many times have you felt the pressure to change your body to fit into an ideal that's not even yours? And in order to get that body, you have to punish yourself, as you are told you can't trust whatever your body tells you.
We're here.
I tweaked, I think, my bicep the other week, so I've been wearing some Kinesia tape.
Intuitive eating is recognizing that your body is not working against you, but it's actually trying to help you out. One of the first steps to getting back into your intuition is to step away from the restrictive diet mentality. And when you start working with your body, that's when you learn that it deserves so much more than to be treated like it's broken.
Honestly, after a workout, I'm not usually hungry, mainly because when your body temperature goes up, your appetite gets suppressed. That's why when you're sick or you just did a workout, you won't really feel your hunger. So I go for something quick that I love. So I'm sure to fuel myself. It's 9 a.m. and we are already having our second breakfast. My favorite, emong pandesal. We're adding some cheese on top. So yes, I am eating while I'm not necessarily super hungry because I know that my body needs some fuel. All done. If I'm being honest, my motivation for the past few weeks has just not been there. I've mostly been fueled by the projects and campaigns that I've been working on, so I haven't really been creating for myself recently. Gotta get back on that. Also, in the past vlog, I talked about getting a chair for my room, and this is the chair that I got. None of the ones that I showed from my previous vlog. I got this one on Facebook Marketplace, and I was able to customize the color. Now I just need like a cute little throw or like a pillow for it. It's like comfortable enough to sit on a long time, but not too comfortable to the point that I'm gonna fall asleep on it. So let's get to work. You know that feeling when you tell yourself you can't eat a certain food and now that's the only thing you think about? And then every time you give yourself permission to eat that food, you end up eating so much. That's the restriction talking. Yana made some tofu sisig. Here's our bowl for lunch. I'm definitely trying to eat a little bit more. I haven't been eating as much as I need to, so I'm trying to fuel up a little bit more, even though it's a little bit scary to like add more food because we're usually told to eat less all the time. Wow, Yana, good job! A very important step in intuitive eating is the permission to eat. I used to not eat white rice, and I used to say that, oh, it's because I'm a bread girl or I'm a pasta girl. Yes, I'm definitely a rice girl. And I noticed that when I have meals without rice, I would tend to still feel hungry, look for dessert, and later on feel snacky. And I would think about the rice quite a lot. Giving yourself permission to eat is about taking your power back so that food just becomes food. And then you can decide if you want to eat something because you like it or if you just want to eat it because it's not allowed. Let's grab some dessert. We still have a little bit of Mo cookies from the other day. Let's heat it up. Not much left, but perfect size. This is too cold. Let's heat it up again. Take two. Here's dessert. This one is the double dark chocolate. My favorite was the white chocolate walnut. Here's your reminder that there's no such thing as good or bad food. And when you start delabeling food, you're now focused on finding satiety rather than eating with fear. I admit I often need something sweet at the end of my meal, and that's perfectly fine. But if you already have dessert and then you still feel like you want more food, you're not satisfied, that's when there may be other things that you need to address.
Quick trip to the hospital. Buy us another doctor's appointment. Let's go. We are here at the kidney center. It is very, very hard to park here, so I'm just at the parking lot, not in a parking spot, and waiting for Vi to finish. Since she already had her bone marrow transplant, she gets priority whenever we do her doctor's visit, unlike before where we would wait 4 to 5 hours just to get a 5-minute consult. That's great. It is taking a little bit more time than usual though, but it's okay. We've waited longer.
We are home, it's 3 p.m. and that means it's time for a snack. Most of the time, people think that intuitive eating is just the eat when hungry, stop when full diet. While yes, a big role of intuitive eating is listening when your body sends signals of hunger and when it sends signals of fullness, intuitive eating also focuses on understanding what those things mean. When it comes to craving sweets, it is perfectly fine for us to eat something sweet and move on with our day. But it's also important for us to ask where these cravings are coming from. Sometimes these cravings can come from restrictions, not eating enough, stress, or distracted eating, looking for satiety. And when we understand what they mean, we'll be able to satisfy them even better. Sometimes you'll want a salad, sometimes you'll want a pizza, and that's perfectly fine. There is no judgment and no guilt attached. It is literally an hour after I just had a pretty hefty snack and I'm feeling hungry again. So I'm at the pantry looking for snacks. A big part of intuitive eating is the curiosity mindset, which is approaching how you feel around food and certain things that you're craving for with curiosity rather than judgment. And I will admit that is a very hard thing to do, especially if you've grown up thinking that you shouldn't be wanting food or feeling hungry. You should be okay with what you ate every day and that's it. But every day is different. Normally, if I have a pretty filling snack, I wouldn't go around looking for anything else until dinner, but today is different. Why is that? Grabbing some granola bars. This is some that I brought home in my balikbayan box. They're honestly not my favorite. They do what they gotta do. Tapping into that honest curiosity. Yesterday, I did not eat enough. I halved my lunch because I got full really fast. And for my snack, all I had was a matcha because we were out of the house. And I felt my hunger before I was going to sleep because I was having a hard time sleeping. So I can see why today my hunger is catching up with me. This one has marshmallows, which is better than the one I had the other day. And with that better understanding of my body that yes, I think I didn't eat enough yesterday and so my body is trying to make up for that right now, I'm giving myself permission to eat more, get that extra serving as needed while staying mindful and being comfortable. I have 2 hours before dinner and I guess I could have just waited, but then I might get extra hungry, making it hard to satisfy or leading me into overeating. Side note, this is the process of me filming for a video that you've probably already seen by the time you're watching this video. This is making me quite anxious. Okay, now it is that time of the evening where we head into our heal session. So I've been talking a lot about intuitive eating and the things I do or the steps I take to practice intuitive eating. And if this is interesting for you or intriguing for you and you want to try it as well, apart from the videos and the content that I post, I also have a program called the Heal Program. That program is always in the description of the video, which focuses on the different topics that help us get to a point where we're able to listen and trust our body. Actually, this evening I have a session and today we're talking about the basics of nutrition. One of the biggest fears we tend to have is trusting ourselves to stop eating when we're full. And trust me, this is something that I struggled with as well. But when you're able to dismantle food rules, give yourself permission to eat, and learn to honor your hunger, finding those comfortable levels of fullness does become easier. But there are 2 things that we can be more mindful of as we find our fullness. Number one is your physical satisfaction. This is where your meal feels physically filling, and that's usually thanks to the combination of fiber, protein, and fats. Got some carbs, protein, fiber, and fats, and it tastes delicious, so I will definitely feel satisfied. A meal can be physically filling, but if it doesn't taste good, then you're probably still going to look for more. And mental satisfaction is a combination of taste, flavor, and comfort. So when it comes to my meal, I'm looking for those two satisfaction factors to help tell me that I am full. It is late in the day and I am ready to go to bed. So we are gonna get ready to sleep. We're gonna get ready to sleep and do everything again tomorrow. Most of the times I'm really excited to go to sleep so I can play tennis in the morning. There is one more thing that I try to practice when it comes to intuitive eating, and that is being kind to myself. There is no perfect way to eat. Your food choices, your activities, your preference, and just how you're feeling overall is going to change all the time. But what intuitive eating teaches us is that you can trust your body and you can work with it. Throwing out the rules doesn't mean that you don't care about yourself. It just means that maybe you're caring about yourself differently. If you found this video helpful, then comment below if you want to talk more about intuitive eating. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and give this a thumbs up. Till the next video, you always deserve to eat.
The video's over, but that doesn't mean you have to go. You can still subscribe or watch another video. Thanks for watching.